Welcome to the Have Your Say on the concept, design and review of environmental factors for Transport for New South Wales Epping Bridge Project. I am Jo Kaya, the Communication and Stakeholder Engagement Manager for Epping Bridge Project, and joining me is Andrew Ha, Project Director.
Hello.
And Justin Perrotte, the Director of Environment and Sustainability.
G'day.
Together, we are going to talk to you about the concept, design and review of environmental factors known as a REF that has been prepared for the Epping Bridge project and which is now on public display. But before we start, I would first like to do an acknowledgement of country. Transport pays respect to elders past and present and recognises and celebrates the diversity of Aboriginal peoples and their ongoing cultures and connections to the lands and waters of New South Wales. We further acknowledge and pay our respects to the Wadawurrung people of the Darug Nation as the traditional custodians of the lands on which the Epping Bridge project is located.
We're delighted to be out on public display for the concept design and REF for this project. We know that the community has wanted Transport to carry out this project for a long time, and we're looking forward to delivering the replacement bridge for the community. The federal and New South Wales governments have invested $220 million to replace the existing Epping Bridge with a new, wider, safer and more efficient bridge. Initially it was planned to upgrade the existing bridge, but the project has since evolved to become a bridge replacement project. Currently, as you can see from the aerial image, Epping Bridge consists of 5 traffic lanes, 2 westbound and 3 eastbound lanes, and pedestrian footpaths on both sides of the bridge. The bridge is congested in peak periods, with high levels of traffic delay and queuing, especially down Epping Road and for the westbound traffic. The bridge is also over 100 years old and has had various upgrades over its lifetime. Replacing the bridge will provide the community with a safer bridge for decades to come. The project enhances existing transport infrastructure as well as supports future Epping Town Centre development and road and rail plans. The bridge provides connectivity to Epping Town Centre and to the Epping station and bus interchange for all modes of transport. As a motorist, the bridge connects Epping Road, Blaxland Road and Langston Place on the eastern side, Beecroft Road, Bridge Street and High Street on the western side of the bridge. As a rail and bus passenger, Epping station and bus interchange are situated approximately 100 metres north of the bridge. The station provides connectivity to the T9 Northern Line, Central Coast and Newcastle Line, and Metro North West Line rail services. The bridge provides access to a number of bus service routes and is also used as a transit point for not-in-service bus routes. As a pedestrian and bicycle user, the bridge provides connectivity to the shared paths on Epping Road and Bridge Street, either side of the bridge, and vital connectivity to Epping Town Centre, Epping Station and bus interchange. As Epping continues to grow, there will be an increase in transport demand across Epping Bridge, which will further impact the existing congestion and travel times for motorists and commuters. This project complements previous investment in public transport, including the upgrade of Epping Station in 2013 and Sydney Metro North West, which opened in 2019. The project also supports previous road projects completed in Epping Town Centre to improve traffic flow, travel times and road safety in the area. Beecroft Road and Carlingford Road intersection upgrade and Epping Road upgrade, which included widening Epping Road westbound between Blaxland Road and Essex Street and upgrading the intersection of Epping Road and Essex Street, completed in 2018. Completing this project will improve traffic flow and travel times. The project will provide a 2-minute reduction in travel time in the morning peak and around 8 minutes in the afternoon peak. Replacing the bridge will improve road and rail corridor safety with inclusion of a new raised central median across the bridge and new bridge safety screens. The project will also benefit pedestrian and cyclists by connecting pedestrians and cyclists more safely to the shared paths on either side of the bridge and providing enhanced mobility to Epping Town Centre, Epping Station and bus interchange, by providing an upgraded staged pedestrian crossing across Epping Road, which will improve traffic flow at the intersection as well as making crossing pedestrians more visible to drivers. The stage approach also provides an opportunity for people with restricted mobility to rest and more safely cross over Epping Road in 2 stages if required. and providing upgraded raised zebra crossings at Bridge and High Streets to create a safer walking environment at these locations. The replacement bridge will enhance connectivity to Epping Town Centre, station and bus interchange for all modes of transport. As the bridge is over 100 years old, the new bridge will provide the community with a safer bridge for decades to come and also reduce maintenance and operational costs. While it was initially announced that the project would be a widening project, the project has evolved into a bridge replacement due to its age and to better support Epping Town Centre development and future road and rail plans. The bridge includes 2 new traffic lanes, an additional westbound lane into Beecroft Road, noting that the third lane merges back into 2 lanes just before the pedestrian bridge. There is currently no capacity to provide 3 continuous westbound lanes along Beecroft Road. The third westbound lane is being built now to support potential future Epping Town Centre development in this area. An additional southbound right turn lane into Blaxland Road, approximately 4 metre shared walking and bike riding path on the southern side of the bridge. The northern side of the new bridge will remain a footpath. There will be a raised central median of about 1.8 metres wide, as well as bridge safety screens. The project will also provide additional road and pedestrian safety improvements to the state and local roads adjacent to Epping Bridge, from an upgrade of the traffic lights at Epping Road, Blaxland Road and Langston Place intersection to improve traffic flow and pedestrian safety. A staged pedestrian crossing across Epping Road, which will improve road and pedestrian safety at the intersection by making pedestrians more visible to motorists and allowing pedestrians, especially those with mobility issues, to cross the intersection more safely. Raised zebra crossings at High Street and Bridge Street. Raising the crossing gives motorists greater visibility of crossing pedestrians and encourages motorists to slow down on approach to the crossing. At this stage, construction staging is indicative and subject to detailed design. The new bridge will be constructed and the old bridge demolished over 3 key construction stages. As shown in the diagram, work will commence on the southern side next to the Sydney Metro South Service Building and chiller unit, which we are currently relocating to the other side as early works. This early work provides the space for us to widen the bridge on the southern side. Stage 1A and 1B involves constructing the new southern side of the bridge and demolishing the southern edge of the existing bridge. Stage 2 involves construction of the northern side of the new bridge on a temporary platform north of the existing bridge, demolition of the existing bridge structure and sliding in the new bridge structure. Building a new bridge will require a lot of work on the adjacent roads and approaches to the bridge. This work will include adjusting road levels to tie in with the new bridge, building retaining walls to support new road levels, relocating utilities and installing new road pavement, line markings and signage. Further information on bridge and roadwork staging can be found in supporting documents available on the webpage. Construction is expected to commence in mid-2025 and take approximately 5 years to complete. We will look for opportunities to reduce the construction period during detailed design and with the delivery partner.
As part of the Epping Bridge project, a review of environmental factors has been prepared to identify the project's environmental and community impacts and how transport will manage or mitigate these impacts. The REF discusses how the project will impact the local community, including traffic, noise and vibration and visual impacts, flora and fauna, soil and water quality, and Aboriginal and non-Aboriginal heritage. The community will be impacted in a number of ways. Construction activities will require a number of road and lane closures. This may impact travel times. At several times during the construction, the bridge will need to be reduced from 5 to 4 lanes of traffic, though for the majority of the project, the 5 existing lanes will remain open. Reduced speed limits from 60 to 40 kilometres per hour will have impacts to traffic flow and travel times. There will be impacts to the rail corridor. While we will work within planned Sydney Trains track possession periods, there will be one period of approximately 10 days when we will need to close the rail corridor to slide the new bridge platform into place. There will be minor impacts from construction traffic, most likely on High Street during the bridge demolition stage. There will also be some impacts from construction dust and debris. Adjacent residents and businesses will also be impacted by construction noise, dust and vibration. During construction, there will be works during and outside of standard hours that will impact adjacent residents and commercial properties. Some out-of-hours works will trigger noise mitigation measures, including alternative accommodation and respite offers. no adverse long-term operational impacts are expected from the project. The project will require permanent relocation of 6 bus stands at the Epping bus interchange. Bus stand C on the eastern side of Beecroft Road will be relocated north along Beecroft Road to the northern side of the pedestrian bridge. Bus stands G and H on the western side of Beecroft Road will also need to be relocated to the northern side of the pedestrian bridge. Bus stands D, E and F will be relocated about 48 metres further north along the western curve of Beecroft Road to accommodate the relocation of bus stands G and H. These relocations will occur during construction, and bus services are not expected to be impacted during the construction period. There will be a permanent loss of up to 21 on-street parking spaces, affecting approximately 18 on Beecroft Road and 3 on High Street. There will also be temporary impacts to on-street parking during construction and temporary pedestrian and cyclist impacts during construction. There will be periods during construction when either the southern or northern pedestrian footpaths over Epping Bridge will be closed. Pedestrians will also be affected by temporary footpath impacts to adjacent roads. The Langston Place Opal bike shed will be partially closed for approximately 18 months during construction. Additional environmental impacts include heritage and visual amenity impacts. Potential heritage impacts during construction include to Forest Park, heritage trees, and Epping Station from vibration and visual impacts, along with the Epping Eastwood Heritage Conservation Area. Visual amenity impacts include temporary adverse impacts from construction, including the temporary elevated work platform and bridge sliding works. Minor operational impacts to the visual environment include new safety screens and retaining walls, and the removal of 28 existing native and exotic trees. The REF and supporting specialist reports discuss project mitigation measures that will be used during construction in more detail. Standard mitigation measures will be used to control noise and vibration, heritage, biodiversity, traffic and pedestrian management, and visual and urban design and landscape impacts. We will need to undertake work outside of standard construction hours. We will look at how we can manage this out-of-hours work to mitigate noise impacts to adjacent properties. To minimise traffic impacts, the existing 5 lanes across the bridge will remain open to traffic for the duration of construction. However, during 2 short construction periods, Epping Bridge will need to be reduced to 4 lanes. To minimise traffic impacts, we will look for opportunities to carry out this work in the quieter periods of the year, such as the Christmas break. Similarly, when we need to close any key road, we will look at opportunities to carry out this work in a quieter period of the year to minimise traffic impacts. And when we need to close the rail corridor, we will look at opportunities to schedule this work as well in quieter periods to minimise impacts to rail passengers. To complete work required in the rail corridor, we will work within scheduled Sydney Trains possession periods where possible. We will establish one-on-one relationships with adjacent residential and commercial property owners so that we can fully understand how we can help them through the construction period. We encourage adjacent property owners to contact the project team so we can start to understand their personal circumstances and how we can best support them through the construction period.
This last section will provide you with some information on what resources are available and where you can find them, how you can meet the project team, and how you can provide feedback. Resources available as part of the REF display include the REF and supporting environmental assessment documents, which are all available on the project webpage. If you would like to meet the project team, ask questions and learn more about the project, please visit the project webpage. We will be dropping in over the Have You Say period at Epping Station, Epping Coles, Carlingford Court and Eastwood Shopping Centre. We will have Mandarin, Cantonese, Korean, Hindi and Tamil speakers wherever possible. Once the consultation period closes, we will carefully consider all feedback received and respond to feedback in a report that will be prepared and published on the project webpage. Subject to project approval, we intend to commence construction in mid-2025. We will keep the community informed as we continue to develop the project and before we commence construction. If you would like to receive community updates, please contact us so that we can add your details to our e-distribution list. We thank you for watching this video and we look forward to receiving your feedback.